And we take you now to West Africa, Nigeria, where some pastors in Kaduna on Thursday took to the streets to protest the incessant attacks and killings by terrorists in the state. Under the banner of the Interfaith Alliance, the pastors who were spotted around the ever-busy Lagos roundabout urged the federal government to step up actions against the hoodlums who had, over the years, launched attacks on various parts of the state.
According to the clerics headed by the convener of the Interfaith Alliance, Reverend Emmanuel Adebayo, though the government was doing its best, the best wasn't good enough, adding that it was now time for the government to bomb the bandits out of existence. Yes, he said so. They also appealed to the federal government to compensate all the victims of bandit attacks, award scholarships to children affected by the banditry, and also rebuild communities ravaged by attacks. Now, that is one of the biggest stories coming out of Nigeria as we speak this morning. And most importantly, Oluchi, for the fact that there's also been that video circulating around where the terrorists are seen, where before they actually released the boss, talking about the Bank of Agriculture boss, and yes, that's it. And then they had that conversation saying the federal government definitely knows what to do, and they're waiting for the federal government to do what it needs to do. And questions are indeed going around. What is it that the federal government knows that we don't know? And what is it that they are asking for that they believe the federal government indeed knows about? Don't forget that a few numbers of people are still missing, especially after that attack on the rail line.
Yes, exactly. 168 persons have been declared missing from the manifesto that was delivered as at the time this attack occurred. Now, to also interest you to know that at least 486 people were killed in the first 3 weeks of 2022 when we're looking at terrorist attack. That means it's an average of 22 people a day that have been killed since the first 3 weeks of 2022. Now, you can also, now that we're talking about the Abuja-Kaduna road track, it's also important that we know that this track cost a total of $1.2 billion, of which Nigeria had paid $218 million for that railway to come into existence that we're seeing. Now, this railway also, if you're looking at the financial aspect of it, is supposed to generate about, or it has been generating about 300 million naira monthly, and a lot of people within that axis have preferred to use the railway line as a means of transportation because it is said to be the safest, and it should be a safer option as against going by the roads, because we all know of what's happening on the roads, especially towards that axis where we've heard of numerous terrorist attacks in that region. So at this point in time, a lot of people are clamoring for the government to do the needful to ensure that terrorism is being brought to the minimum, barest minimum in the country.
That's right.